Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Cruise Amigos live from London, supposedly.
Or
Only
Manchester.
today, we're not live from London or Manchester because Martin is in the land of the missing. I think he's traveling today. Going to his next cruise, maybe. But anyway, I'm Chillie. I'm Amigo Chillie down here in Forest, Virginia. And over here next to me, I got the right finger this time, right direction, which is exactly opposite from what I see on my computer.
Backwards, isn't it? Yes.
That's the John Reitmeyer. He's up there in Crookston, Minnesota. He's the newest septuagenarian of the gang. Did I make that up? Is that a real word? Septuagenarian?
It's really true. But any time you're in your 70s, I could be 79 and I'm still a septuagenarian.
Okay. But you became one day before yesterday.
Friday, yeah.
So happy birthday to John from everybody. And Katie, we're glad you're safely back in Florida, one place that I wouldn't want to be right now, but I'm glad you're home.
Hey, Katie.
I'm glad you enjoyed your vacay up there in the Northlands on the that rich island up there in Massachusetts. So Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. See, this is new for me. I've gotten mine. By the way, I've been sitting here watching John constructing studio all day.
Should I push the button?
But oh yeah, dude, put your ear lobe up.
See, all of a sudden, like if I get the signal, then I can move to the other camera. You see?
Yeah. When he first did it, it was zoomed in on his earlobe, and I about scared me to death. All of a sudden, I'm looking at an earlobe.
And then I can take a 2-second fade, you see, and move back. Oh, no, I was there.
Yes.
It was supposed to fade for 2 seconds. So what? I'm learning this yet.
No, all right, Gretchen's with us. Hey, Gretchen.
Hey, Gretchen.
Katie says me either, but she's got to work tomorrow. Sorry, you got to go back to work. You were only in Massachusetts for what, like 11 weeks, and you got to go to work tomorrow. Emily's with us up in New York. Hi, Emily. But by the way, this is new for me. Jack's with us from down in Conroe, Texas. Jack had an interesting thing happen today. I'll share it with you in case some of you missed it. He went to church this morning, and there was a sign on the door that said you had to wear a mask, and under any circumstances, you have to wear a mask.
Wow.
And he says, well, I'm going to go home and watch it on live streaming, which he did. So Jack, of course, has natural immunity from when he had it, and
right.
And I understand his position. And here, I'll throw this out. Because I'm struggling with it, and we're in the red zone in Virginia, and we're supposed to be back to wearing masks indoors. And man, I'm having trouble with that now. Not you just something went out.
I got it. I'm just pushing buttons. You keep going. I'm having trouble with.
With wearing a mask for some reason. I keep forgetting about it. Like we went out to eat the other night, and I didn't even think about taking it. Now, I still wear it when I go to my therapy sessions. I mean, it's in the truck, where I put on before I get out of the truck. But I don't know. I didn't have problems with it before, but I'm struggling with it coming around this time because I'm vaccinated and my family's vaccinated. And, it's just so, Jack, I understand your problems with not wanting to wear a mask in church this morning. So, but anyway, sorry. To try to finish the sentence I started 14 minutes ago. While John's doing all this construction work, see, I've got the computer set up now that I don't have to keep looking back and forth to see the chat box. At least when I'm doing it, when it's in, when I'm running the show. Right. I've got the chat right in front of me now, so I can see that Jack says that the sign said mask requested, regardless of vaccine status. And then I can jump in and click it on if I want to show it. See, I haven't been able to do that in the past, folks. I'm getting better in my old age. By the way, okay, so we didn't have a plan of attack for today. One, because we had no idea what was happening with Martin. We think Martin is on his way to Southampton, maybe, to get on a cruise ship, or Dover to get on a cruise ship. And he gets on, I think, tomorrow-ish, okay. I think. But I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
So that's why we really didn't have a plan of attack today. I had invited a bunch of people that just for one reason or another weren't able to come on. But I had a question that came up midweek. I didn't use this on my news show because I didn't have enough information at the time. But, Alaska had a massive earthquake this week. Mm-hmm. An 8.5 out there on the Aleutian Islands, just right off those islands that come out from Alaska, whatever the hell they're called. But in some basin down there was a pretty good earthquake. Now, my question and thought was, if you're on a ship, do you feel an earthquake? Or do you notice rough seas from an earthquake? I mean, they start tsunamis and stuff. And I to my knowledge, I've never been on a cruise ship during an earthquake.
That is a great question, and I don't know. Nope, that didn't do it yet. I'm still trying to get an earthquake picture up here for you. But that went to that. Why do I? Okay, if I go here though, wait a minute. StreamYard, earthquake. Did you get earthquake now?
No, I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, this is the map. This is the Aleutian Islands down here. If you give me the whole screen, see?
Okay, wait a minute. I'll take myself out of the screen then. Hold on, I got to do that up here. Remove from stream solo layout.
No. Just click on me. See, to make me the whole.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. So I do you as the solo layout. There you go. It's all okay. You.
Now that you've given me that, I should be able to go to here, and now I should be able to. Now you should see a nice shot of that, right?
Not really, because I still see the grand piano in the background.
Oh, then I haven't. Hang on. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's my mini grand pianos.
Now you got the 100,000 screens that go to nowhere.
Right.
Now we're back to in your ear. No,
the problem is I don't have another TV right now.
Okay. Well, we don't need an earthquake.
Anyway, I was going to try and share an earthquake.
So I'll go back to the story. See, you're throwing me all off kilter. See,
okay.
Exit solo layout. That puts me back in the screen. Okay, so I have been chatting back and forth with Seth Wayne from Holland America, who I wanted to get as a guest today on the show.
Right. And
he was on the New Amsterdam this week that sailed from Seattle. It got back into Seattle yesterday. This morning, got in this morning, and he is on an airplane right now. That's why he's not on the show. But during the week, he and I were texting back and forth. He's a little more accessible than John Heald from Carnival. I can't figure out how to get anything to him. But Seth is a little more accessible. So I asked him, I said, dude, you had an earthquake.
Uh-huh.
He said, yes. It was an earthquake. I said, did you feel anything? He said, nope, nothing. I said, did the seas get rough? Nope. Not that I noticed. So I guess you don't feel anything if you're in an earthquake on a boat. Has anybody out there in the cyber world been on a boat in an earthquake? I don't know.
Certainly, the tsunami is the concern. Is that the earthquake happened a ways away from you as the two plates shifted? That created a wave that's coming
water up, and it makes a wave. Yes,
takes us right to the Poseidon Adventure. That's the.
Okay, Emily says New York. That's where Emily lives. She's in New York. She's a New Yorker.
She's a New Yorker.
Their state is yellow. We have more vaccinated people. I'm watching the Disney vlogs, and Disney parks people have to wear masks on rides and stores and restaurants and not. Yeah, Disney went back to masking. That's interesting because Disney, they're in Florida and they're requiring masks, and the governor's he's got a hair out of shape now toward Disney because they're doing things like masking. So anyway, that's just an interesting sideline. Gretchen says, Katie, you got to get warmed up to get back to work. Yes. Jackie's with us. Hey, Jackie. She's over on the other side of the pond, so we at least know that side of the pond is alive and well, even though we don't know if Martin is. So Jackie's with us. Gretchen says, no, been on a ship during an earthquake in California. Didn't feel it. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
I have some news for you about can you feel an earthquake while on a boat?
Okay, go ahead.
While on a boat during an earthquake, you may feel that you feel the shaking or shifting of water beneath you. However, the effect is much smaller than most people expect. Sailors on ships, that are tuned into it, can feel an earthquake and may even hear it if they are positioned within a certain range above the earthquake. So they can do that. But other than the tsunami, of course, that's the big, scary,
the big wave,
rogue wave out in the ocean thing is the thing we don't want to have. So,
well, from what I gathered from some of the shore areas in Alaska, the tsunami effect of this particular earthquake, even though it was an 8.5, was approximately 7 inches. So that wasn't a real big tsunami.
The actual tsunami, the water was a 7-inch wave?
The wave was a 7-inch wave. Yeah.
That's like being surprised that you get chicken at Chick-fil-A.
I'd jump in the pool and make a bigger wave than that. But then I'm a fat ass. But
he does.
Neither here nor there. So, did you have birthday cake yesterday?
Well, that's what I was going to try and show you, and I was going to try and show you by doing that, but I will show you this way then instead. We had wonderful birthday cake. We had, and I was just going to show you that. See, that was the thing. Here is. Will I turn sideways now? Yes.
Very nice. Says happy birthday, John. Happy birthday.
With chocolate and vanilla and gluten-free cupcakes for those that are so inclined.
Wow, isn't that
it was great. And most of the cake went. Actually, I was surprised at how little actually got back here to the farm.
Now, I have to tell you what I did to celebrate your birthday.
Tell me.
I had a couple adult beverages.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And I didn't have birthday cake, but I did have, what did they call it? It's like frozen cheesecake, and it had a little ice cream and some whipped cream and some syrup and shit on it.
Frogurt.
It's a frozen, actually, cheesecake.
Okay, all right.
And it's a strange combination, but it was quite good and quite against my diet. So it's just like eating birthday cake.
Hey.
So, and I did toast you. I toasted you in both English and Spanish. And my sister sang Las Mañanitas to you.
Thank you.
And that's in Mexican. And she sang it.
Spanish. It's not
Spanish. Same difference. Spanish. Yeah. Well, I'm politically incorrect whenever possible.
On a good day.
So if I can get somebody mad at me, then I'm all in favor of it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yes, that's what I did to celebrate your birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We had to change, it was supposed to be here on the farm.
Yeah.
Yesterday was one of the worst air quality days ever for here. A combination of the dust in the air from the combining, the harvesting that's going on, and just from the roads because we haven't had rain in so long, and big smoke from Canadian fires, and the combination of temperature and humidity, it was like not recommended that elderly or people with any respiratory things or anything even go outside. So we moved it to the senior center. The senior center in our town is a really wonderful place, and they let us use it, and so it was inside, and I think we had as many as 40 or 50 people there at once.
Nice.
And it was like a 3-hour open house, so some people came and went. But I think the peak was we had like almost 50 people there, and lots of other people. And then, of course, it was supposed to be no gifts. That was published everywhere. Please, the fact that I've lived to be 70 is just a big gift. But I'm telling you, about 10 people brought gifts. But the neatest gift that I got, we had a congressman here named Bernie Leader in the State House for like 30 some years. And he was in my church, and he passed away last fall. And because of COVID and everything, very few people could come to the funeral. So I broadcasted. I took my cameras in and we broadcasted so that people could see it. Like the governor, wanted to be in attendance and couldn't, and many other significant people in the state legislature, but just COVID, don't be coming to our town. And so it was really, anyway, yesterday, his daughter, he was almost 100, I think 99. And his daughter has been at his house now cleaning it out and disposing of things and doing all those things you do at the end. Anyway, in the backyard, apparently 60 some years ago when he and his wife moved there, they planted maple trees from her farmstead. So we know we're going back decades and decades. Those maple trees have grown to adults, and now they are putting seedlings out. And his daughter basically put a seedling in a beautiful pot for me to plant out here at the farm. So I will have and Ronnie too, because Ronnie really respected him, and they talked every week. So we will have a maple tree seedling that will hopefully take root and grow here at the farm, and will be the Bernie tree, and it's really a neat thing. So
actually, I appreciate that probably more than anybody, because right out my back door is an oak tree that we think Thomas Jefferson planted.
No kidding. Wow. And so certainly from the time of Thomas Jefferson and under his purview. Yeah. So even that, not counting the fact that he may have actually been involved in the day of putting that tree in the ground. But, what a neat thing historically. And so non-American, Americans are just not into that kind of thing. But yeah, this is going to be an important thing for me. Most of the trees on my property here, my dad planted as a young kid and then through his life. But to have this, so I have 10 really beautiful walnut trees that are now, maybe the trunks are about that big around. But to have this maple tree is really going to be a nice thing.
Are they black walnut trees?
Yes, like the nuts that you would buy in a store.
Have they started producing nuts yet?
Yes, but not just a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit. And I understand that you have horses.
I have 35 black walnut trees.
No kidding. And and you get product off of them?
Well, the squirrels get product because I ain't messing with getting them dehusked and crap to get down to the walnuts.
So much problem.
They're awful. And then you get that crap on your hands. It takes years to go away. The stain from the black walnuts. You don't want to do it with your feet like you do coffee, because you'd have your feet would look dirty for the rest of your life. God screwed up when he created walnuts.
I'm sorry, but that's funny.
The husk on the walnuts is awful. It's just awful.
Yes. Yeah, what you buy in the store has already been dehusked once.
Oh, yeah.
The original outside is gone. Yeah.
And it's got to be some way of doing it, but not.
And I didn't know, but you can't have horses around walnut trees.
Yeah, no.
I did not know that, but we don't have horses here. But
the husk is poisonous to many animals, so that when they fall and eventually it rots,
Yeah.
And it's very toxic to many animals except squirrels. Now, Thor is our pet squirrel.
Okay, Thor.
Who has a 2-foot-long tail. That's how big he is.
Whoa, he is like the king of the squirrels then.
When I go outside and Thor is around, I refer to him as Sir. I mean, he's humongous. But now he takes those suckers. He'll pick up the black walnuts by the dozens and takes them to where the hell ever he takes them, up in the woods. And maybe he feeds all the squirrels up there. I don't know what the hell he does.
Location anyway. He takes it to
he gets most of them up. And also the Rick helped with a mower too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then I've got 3 pecan trees.
Now wait a minute.
Unfortunately,
is it pecan or pecan? Pecan.
I call them pecans.
Pecans. Okay, so do we, but I've always been told I'm wrong. So
yeah, good. Well, people tell me I'm wrong all the time. I just ignore them. But anyway, I got 3 pecan trees.
Do you harvest them?
No, they don't get big enough. They don't get mature enough. Our growing season here probably needs to be 30 days longer than it is.
No kidding, even there. Okay.
So if you go much north of Georgia, you're not going to get pecans.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they make nuts, but there's nothing to eat them. There's nothing in them.
You should be putting some 10-10-10 fertilizer on them.
Well, you don't put a 10-10-10 fertilizer on a damn tree that's 50 years old and 300 feet high.
And you know where to fertilize a tree, or maybe you don't, but you do it on the drip line. Wherever the tree, like when it gets wet and it drips, that's where you put the fertilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, around my pecan trees, that would be about 50 yards from the base of the tree.
Okay.
They're huge. Trees are huge.
By the way, are these boy pecan trees or girl pecan trees?
They are neutered pecan trees.
Actually, every pecan tree is both. The only thing is it can't fertilize itself because the flowers bloom and they need the flowers blooming at different times. So you do need to have 2 trees, but you said you have 3. So
3, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting tidbits about farm life that these poor people they're actually sitting in the audience listening to us talking about absolutely nothing.
But a pecan pie is one of the finest pies that you can have.
It most certainly is. I do,
but it has to have real whipped cream on it. If you put Cool Whip on it, I will get up and walk out.
No, that needs the real McCoy. Yeah, I agree. Big week for cruising this week, John.
Cruising. Should we talk, since it is the Cruise Amigos, should we?
Yeah.
You think we should?
Yeah, it's been a huge week. We had the Mardi Gras sale yesterday with much to do, which has Shaq's Chicken and has the Bolt roller coaster.
Yep.
And it has Shebang as another restaurant. And I don't know, there's 4 or 5 new restaurants.
When you say Shaq's Chicken, is this Shaquille O'Neal?
Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq's Chicken is the new chicken joint on the Mardi Gras.
I did not know that.
From what I saw and heard yesterday, it's quite tasty. And they have a chicken sandwich with cheese and bacon and some kind of slathered sauce on it. I don't remember what all was on it. But anyway, it did sound quite. So I'm quite looking forward to going on the Mardi Gras and trying Shaq's Chicken.
Actually, it's Shaq's Big Chicken. Let's get it right.
Shaq's Big Chicken. Yes. And the Bolt roller coaster, I will pass on that. I will watch that. I'm not going to spend $15 to get on the damn roller coaster. No, that's dead. But I would enjoy the Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras looks like a lovely ship. It's got some nice hot tubs in it. Jordan and Jared did a live stream from the hot tub last night as they were sailing away. They did sail away from the hot tub, which I thought was rather interesting.
Above the water or below the water?
Above.
Above the water. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see what else happened yesterday. Odyssey of the Seas, another inaugural cruise out of down there in the southern part of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Port Everglades was the Odyssey of the Seas. So we had two massive new ships, both sailed simultaneously.
And Odyssey is a new one too?
Yeah. Inaugural cruise. Yes.
Can you spell Odyssey?
Odyssey. Are
you taking that off of your
Odyssey? Yeah. Odyssey of the Seas. That's they owned by Royal Caribbean. And that's the other one, Royal Caribbean, some people say. I call it Royal Caribbean, but that's just the way I say it.
Yeah.
That's the Virginia accent on Caribbean is Caribbean.
And by the way, it's 347.1 meters long.
Yes.
0.1.
Which makes it a little bit bigger than a football field.
Do you know how much they're sailing with capacity? Because it can hold 4,284 passengers. I'm sure that's what
I believe Odyssey they were hoping to sell at 50%. I did not get a final number yesterday. Mardi Gras is about 60%.
See, to me, that's like for transatlantic, that's the perfect number, because if it's any less, the ship feels like it's in port all the time. You know, when it's in port and everybody's off. But certainly at that 50-60% level, you know, they have a bigger capacity. So the dining rooms are pretty much open on your schedule. The hot tubs are open. The spa, booking any kind of treatments or anything through the spa.
Yeah,
you kind of can name your own time and stuff, and that's valuable to me. So,
and let's see, Holland America.
Yep,
took possession of the Rotterdam from Fincantieri shipyard over in Italy.
The new Rotterdam, or is there just one?
New Rotterdam. That's going to be the new flagship of the Holland America line, and it's going to sail around over in Europe for now until October. I want to say like October 20th or so. She's going to come across, and will be operating out of Port Everglades.
And that's a smaller ship just to begin with. You know, its maximum is 2668. So it's like 2,000 people less to start with, not counting they're at some variation of that in capacity right now, right?
Well, the Holland American ships are all a little smaller than the new wave of ships like the Carnival and Royal Caribbean do.
Yeah.
They tend to be, smaller ships. I like Holland America a lot. I love the food. I love the service. My experience with Holland Americas has been way, way, way above average. Mm-hmm. And my average for most cruise lines is, that's pretty good. But yeah, I like Holland America a lot. Why do I hear water running every now and then? It's like
at my place, no.
Yeah, it's not me.
Water.
That's what it sounded kind of like.
Well, you're not hearing me drink, right?
No. It was almost like I don't know. There was just some little background noise, and I've heard it several times today.
Well,
I was wondering what it was. What you were doing?
The air conditioner comes on. I mean, if it's that. Tell me when it's happening again.
Okay, I will.
By the way, the new Rotterdam, 24-hour in-room dining, not just, as part of your ticket. Pretty neat, right?
Yeah.
Lincoln Stage Center. That's the kind of music that they have.
Yeah, they have a little classical stuff usually.
Yep. Yeah, chamber music right now from the Lincoln Center stage. Yeah,
which is one of the things that I enjoy most, because that's something I don't get a chance to do very often, but I do enjoy there. Michael Phillips is with us, and he asks, what are my thoughts on fall European cruises on NCL in light of continued Delta variants. Well, I'm worried about it, quite frankly. I listen to all the health experts, and they keep saying that the vaccination, get vaccinated. Well, I believe in vaccinations, so I'm all in favor of everybody getting vaccinated. But this thing looks pretty nasty to me. It looks nastier than the original was. It's affecting a lot younger people than the original was. Now, they're still saying that even though we can transmit it if we're fully vaccinated to those that haven't been vaccinated, there's still those cases that we can get it. There's that noise again, John.
Nothing changed here.
It sounded almost like running water. But anyway, they say that something that we can transmit it, and that still, if you're vaccinated, if you get it, it's not going to be bad and almost no chance of dying. So, I was originally scheduled to go to Europe. John's going to Europe, so he might be the best one to answer that question. I would probably go as long as it's, they don't cancel it obviously on you. John, what's your thought?
Well, that first of all, I have a bet with Pete from Cruises for Solos that I'm not going to go, that it's not going to run. And that's $100 bottle of wine, that he's going to owe me. So that's a pretty good thing. So on the one hand, this is, like with life insurance, life insurance is just a bet. And the insurance company is saying, we're going to bet that you don't die in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever your term of life insurance is. And you're going to say, I bet that I am, because otherwise you wouldn't pay them money to get money back, right? Well, it's kind of like that right now. I'm booked. Actually, my trip is flying to Germany November 1st, 5 days in Frankfurt, 10 days in Berlin. No, and then 3 or 4 days in Rome, and then getting on the boat at the port of Rome that you also call Civitavecchia. Why the hell they don't call it the port of Rome, I will never understand.
Because it's Italian. The port of Rome in Italian. See, you look it up in the dictionary right here. See, right here in the dictionary, it's where's the camera? It's right here in my dictionary.
Okay.
You look up Port of Rome, it says Civitavecchia.
Okay. And so very nice town, I'm sure, very nice people, but I'll be spending the night before I get on the ship actually in that town. So that it's easy to get, I'm sorry?
With the Pope?
No, I'm not friends with this Pope.
Well, we got to work on that.
I don't dislike him. Don't misunderstand. I don't dislike him, but I'm not on his A-list. So Pope John Paul, I was on the A-list with Pope John Paul. And for being a Lutheran, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, so, but don't while you're going to that word, Civitavecchia, you need to stop and have a glass of wine with the Pope. Polish. He drinks Polish wine, doesn't he?
Well, no, this Pope is from South America.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He drinks South American wine, doesn't he?
And between him was Benedict,
Well, I get confused on popes, but he drinks wine. All popes drink wine.
I think it's a rule. I think it's a rule.
They do the magic with it.
It's not magic. It's not. It's not. Oh, you're going to pay for that one. You're going to pay for that one.
And by the way, I'm not the only one here in the water.
You need to
Our whole audience has been here in the water coming from your end of things. Jack and Gretchen and Emily, they all heard it. And they're saying, that's weird.
Do you hear it now?
No, not now.
Tell me when you hear it again. It's got to be the air conditioner. That's the only thing I can.
Nah.
That's the only thing that's cycling here. So I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so you got to go see the Pope while you're over there. And
I wonder if when it's hot in the summertime and they're passing out ice cream, do they call it popsicles?
Ooh, that one's bad. That was bad.
Was that bad? Was that bad?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Back to the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
The question at hand was, so I'm going to be gone 5 weeks. 3 weeks of that in Germany, basically, a little bit in Rome, and then getting on the boat and coming home. And I have a bet with Pete that it's not going to happen. I believe that they're ultimately going to cancel it because they shut down Spain, they've shut down Portugal. It's just going to be a moment, and that's my opinion. So I could be wrong, but either way, I win because I have insurance. I will get all my money back for not getting on this cruise. Or the whole trip. And B, Pete's going to soften it even better with $100 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So, which Pete's going to have to work 2 extra days to make that bottle of wine.
Pete's going on another cruise again. I saw this morning.
I know. I think
he's up 3 on us now.
Well, what can you say?
So yeah, he's getting ready to go on another one, and I think that's terrific. Don't get me wrong. I'm so happy for him. I'm happy for what he's doing with his channel. And I know that.
But he's not very good at making bets. I got to tell you that he's not very good at making bets. I'm going to win $100 bottle of wine off of him. So,
but back to really try to give Michael an answer.
Okay.
I think everything's going to go. I think the cruise industry. We got through some really a tough week this week on 3 ships. That's another question I want to ask everybody here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Jason had some problems on his ship. Our friend Lalita Loca and what's his name from up there in Canada had massive problems on their ship. And Don, boy, he had some problems getting home too. Wow, that one's a tough one. I don't even know if he's home yet or not. He got stuck in the airport and went back to the hotel, and anyway. And then the Adventure of the Seas over there in Nassau, they had some problems this week. So there have been a lot of positive cases, but the strength of the matter is that the protocols all kicked in immediately. There's that sound, John, in the background again. It was on and went off.
I mean, the air conditioner's running, but it's like so far away, and it's just a little.
It was on, and it's strange. It's different.
I assure you that I am not peeing.
Well, that's a good thing. I'm glad you're not peeing.
Let me check. No, I'm sure I'm not.
Are you milking a cow? That's kind of what it's like. You're milking into a bucket. That's kind of about what it's
okay.
Very softly, but in the background, it's like you're sitting down because I keep looking to see if your arms and hands are moving. It's like you're milking a cow.
If I move over here, does it stay with us?
Well, now I don't hear it at all. I mean, I didn't hear it at all after you did that.
Okay.
I don't hear it. Maybe running a vacuum, Gretchen says. Okay, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So we had 3 ships that we know of that had some positive cases. The protocols kicked in. Now they did kick the people off the boats. They sent them home at the first port, which for Adventure of the Seas was in Freeport, and that was 6 passengers. They all flew home on private transportation. The 7 passengers from the Edge, I don't know how they got home, but they disembarked that night. And the 1 passenger from Jason's cruise the Equinox disembarked in Nassau, I believe. Yeah, Nassau when they landed, and they went home from there. So, Jay Hofke, Hofke, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It sounds electronic to me. Seemed to have stopped as soon as John took his earphones off.
Oh, I wonder if maybe you're hearing the blood rushing in my ears or something. Could that be?
Could that be your brain working? I don't know. It's just a weird sound. That, I mean, it's not overbearing. It's not like you're echoing and screeching or any of those things. It's just a sound I'm not used to hearing for some reason. Maybe you're grinding your molars. I don't know. Anyway, now my question is, folks, we know about these 3 ships. Now, there was about, what was there, 14 ships sailing this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know about 3 ships because that's the only one that have positive tests on them? Or do we know about those 3 because I just happen to know people that were on all 3 ships?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm worried a little bit that we're not getting a lot of factual information from all the ships at sea. We're getting information when there are media people like me on board the ship, which, like on the Edge this week was Lalita Loca and Don from up there in Canada. They were, and several others. Of course, Jason, he's one of my regular folk. So he came directly to me on that. Adventure of the Seas had, don't even remember now who broke that one. But anyway, I'm just wondering if that's happening more than we know about, or was this just a really bad couple days?
Right.
But the protocols worked. So everybody else remained
but
safe.
The CDC doesn't seem to respect that. So I don't know what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, well, that's...
By the way, I've got one for you. Did you hear about the red ship and the blue ship that crashed into each other out at sea?
No.
Everyone was marooned.
You must really have to think hard to come up with stuff that bad. Yes, Emily, his brain is working, unfortunately. Gretchen says, me thinks so too, thinks it's electronic. So there's a couple of votes on the electronic thing.
Okay, but so is it that it gets that gets too close to the...
No, it's not now.
Let me do this. I'm going to unplug this headphone and plug in another, and we'll see if it stays.
Bad connection in John's headphones is one of the possibilities.
Okay, now you are coming out through the big speakers. We're going to.
By the way, Hope Sickles did get a dad joke from Emily.
Thank you, Emily.
Wait a minute.
Respect.
Now I hear you echoing.
Yeah, because I'm on the speaker. Hang on, I'm going to switch over to a different. God, I can't do everything at once, Hang on. Okay, talk to me now.
Talk to you now?
I hear you now. Do you hear me?
Softly. And I can hear me.
So bad, you mean? This went bad. This is worse? How about now?
Yeah, well, yeah, that helped. Putting the microphone in your mouth. Was I hearing me through? Now I don't hear me. So, okay. Now, yeah, that seems to work, and you do seem to sound very Johnish.
I'll take that as a compliment to you.
Boy, that's a lot louder than you were on the big ass mic.
Okay. All righty. So did you hear about the first time cruiser? Asked the captain. I think it was on, one of those new classes of ships. Said, do ships like this sink very often?
And the captain said, just once.
Uh-huh.
No?
Boy.
Emily, come on. Help me out here.
Thank
Emily.
God you're not a comedian on the cruise ship.
Oh, I'm better than those guys.
Oh, no, you're not.
They resort to using foul language, and you never hear me making fun of another person. So, I mean.
You make fun of me all the time.
Again, I never
We make fun of Pete all the time. We make fun of Pete. They're awful. We were awful to Pete. And Martin's gotten his fair share too. A lot of that's come from me.
Okay. All right.
I just thought I'd point that out.
Why do fish swim in salt water?
I don't know.
Because pepper makes them sneeze. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep it up.
Emily says I make fun of her. You're damn right I do, Emily.
We do not. She is a sophisticated wave
I make fun of Emily whenever possible.
No.
And she knows it's because I love her that I can do that.
Okay.
So, what else we got to talk about? I'm going to go get in the pool here very shortly. Although I got my fur-lined Speedos out because it got cold. See,
fur-lined Speedos. I have not even seen
fur-lined Speedos. Yeah,
I've not even seen those in an adult bookstore before
because it got cold overnight. It's only like 85 today. I mean, hell, that's like ice water in the pool. So I gotta stay warm when I go out there and do my therapy.
Yeah. You gotta stay warm. I mean, I get that, but fur-lined Speedos. Oh, by the way, I wonder if I can do this. I have a picture, and if I just switch to this, that doesn't show. Oh, that doesn't show you the.
It says that you're 10% off. Oh, there we go. Oh, God, could you see me in those? Whoa.
Yeah, this is the newest look. Now, they even have in your color,
Nice.
Purple. There you go.
What's the largest size?
Select size. See here? I'm going to put it on the screen so you can. Extra large.
Yeah, that's not going to work for me.
Extra large is going to be a 36-inch waist. So you'd need two of them, right? One for each leg.
Yeah, that's about it. One for each leg.
It's not fair that they make all of these, I would wear that. If I could wear that, I would wear that on a cruise. But no.
No.
Okay.
Trust me, but living with a person, living in the same household with a person,
right, that
wears one of those, you would not do it on a cruise. Neither would I, because neither of us would look. We would look awful in that, and we awful.
But I search for large.
As does my brother-in-law, and I give him hell about it every day. He comes out and gets in my pool in the damn thing. I'm not a Speedo fan.
You're not a Speedo, but then you can't go swimming in Europe because all the men wear Speedos in Europe. So
yeah, but then the women don't wear anything. So what's the difference?
Oh, so that's the compromise then.
Yeah,
that's the compromise. Okay.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They go swimming in the nakedities over there.
Well, that's so that they get up close and personal with the water. So
and they get an overall say they want no tan lines. I understand that. I appreciate that. I'll be happy to watch them do that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to put a Speedo on either leg.
Not either one, huh?
No.
Okay.
Except my fur-lined Speedos to keep the little feller warm outside. That we might have to do.
A fur-lined Speedo. I just think that's bad.
Well, don't you have a fur-lined fig leaf to put on your Atlas statue in January up there in Minnesota?
No, we use spray foam and we just cover him top to bottom. We don't stop it. Yeah, fur-lined fig leaf. Say that 3 times really fast.
Fur-lined fig leaf, fur-lined fig leaf, fur-lined fig leaf. All right, guys.
Are we going to do it already? Did we do it already?
We need to end this frivolity. What time? What the hell time is it? I got to figure out where my clock is now. Let me see. We are.
It's 10 minutes till the end.
50 minutes we've wasted. We've wasted 50 minutes of these people's time today.
So you say waste, and I say enlighten, educate,
Wow.
promulgate. You know, things like that. You say waste. How can you?
I wish we had a guest today. I tried to get some really cool guests today. I did.
You did. You
Yeah.
did. You really did.
And the closest I came was Seth Wayne, who's on an airplane now, flying back to. Wow, he's out of London, I think.
Wow.
He's probably flying back to England.
Sure.
But anyway, he flew out of Seattle, wherever the hell he's going. But he did answer me about the earthquake, and he didn't feel it.
Yep.
So I at least learned that today. The fish joke was terrible, says Emily.
Would you like another one then, Emily?
A bad groaner. John is 10% off. I could be watching the Olympics. Emily says she could be watching the Olympics. Yep, she could.
Story of my life. You could.
I did that until about 5 o'clock this morning. I watched the golf, and it went all the way to 5 o'clock before they decided who got the bronze medal. There was a 7-way playoff for the bronze medal.
Oh my God! You mean you have to fight 6 people just to get bronze?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy that won, Xander Schauffele, he won before the end of the 18.
Okay.
And Roy Sabatini, who shot a 61 on the last round and finished like 9 hours before Schauffele finished, had to sit there and wait thinking he might be in a playoff. And poor guy, I mean, his butt had to be tired from sitting and waiting. He finished so early. And then 7 of them were tied for third. So because it's the Olympics that you see, you have to do a sudden death playoff with 7 people, and that took forever. I had trouble staying either awake or
why didn't
asleep.
they just have all 7 shoot at the same goalie, and then whoever hits him?
It's golf. It's not hockey or soccer.
Okay, but why don't let's make up?
There is no goalie.
We should make up golf key, like hockey, a combination of hockey and golf. Because the clubs are kind of the same.
Well, sort of. They're clubs.
I mean, it's not like badminton and golf. I mean, at least it's down to the floor, and it's. I think we're going to start a new Olympic event. Golf key. Golf key.
Golf key.
Hot golf.
Golf key with fur-lined Speedos.
Everybody has to wear a fur-lined Speedo.
You have a red, white, and blue Speedo for the United States. Red, white, and blue, fur-lined. What kind of fur are we going to eat? No, let's not get into that.
I was going to say, because we can't use wolf because they're an endangered species. And a rabbit seems that's just too nice to use as a. So squirrel, we can use the squirrel from your yard.
Yeah, I can use Thor's tail.
Thor's tail. That's what we'll call
Thor's tail would fill up my fur-lined Speedo.
So if you get a point in golf ski, you have to make 3 Thor's tails in a row. Then you get a point. Yeah.
Okay, folks. I don't know about John, but I'm going to end this.
Go put your head underwater.
This is 2 of the 3 Cruise Amigos saying, so long, y'all. We'll see you next Sunday. And honest, we'll try to do better next time. We really will.
We can do better than this?
Yeah.
Well,
bye,
we have a starting point then, so it'll be good.
Later. See you next Sunday, everybody. Bye.